Okay. So, especially because of Clarissa and Karen, and maybe, of course, to whom it may concern, again, when you talk about statistical data, you see, what you are trying to do is understand data. And you are going to end up using this in even in your further education. When you're talking about statistical data, you want to see what a center looks like. And you want to know how it's spread. So for a distribution, the main two things that give you a better interpretation, understanding of the data is what is the center like and how does it spread. So for example, let's look at this picture. So you could see that my center is somewhere here, right? And you could see how it's spread on the distribution. Now, the measures that tells you how this, at the center of this, are the averages that I talked about earlier. And what are the averages? Mean, median, and mode. So we call them measures of central tendency. Okay? Measures of, so two of them, central tendency. So those are the ones we did earlier, mean, median, mode. The other one, what tells you how it's spread, then you're talking about the range. The range tells you that, right? You talk about the standard deviation, the variance, the interquartile range, and so on and so forth. These are measures of dispersion. I think it's E or I. This tells you how it's spread, how it varies. So some call it like variability. Okay, how will this information vary on the distribution? How does this spread? And so this is where you talk about your standard deviation, the variance, the range, and so on and so forth. So they interpret, they give you a picture of the spread of the data in the distribution. So what we have done in the past, again, is to measure this and the properties and how it is useful in interpretation of statistics. What we want to do today is to compute them, especially in the more serious cases. I've also been able to get some IB past papers, and I included them in the worksheet. So you see how questions are asked relating to this. Now, I was saying something about the mean yesterday. There is no need to memorize some of this stuff, but it's always good to have a good understanding of what's going on. Oh, yeah, it's open already. So you see, for the HL, the variance and standard deviation formula already there. We're going to talk about them later. In the SL section, you already have the interquartile range and mean, X bar. So what does this mean? We're going to talk about it in a bit. Of course, the formula may not necessarily be written like this, but it's still the same. So let's talk about the mean, especially. We all agree. Let's come here. We all agree that mean is summation of all the data. If it's from 1 to n, then you divide by n, right? And that's what we have in that formula booklet. But we have a frequency table. What is a frequency distribution table? It's a table that summarizes that data if some of them appear more than once. For example, if I'm going to put 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 2, like 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 3, like there's no point adding this one by one. I could see that 1 appears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. 2 appears 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 3 appears 3 times. Does that make sense? So rather than do addition of everything, 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus and so on up to 3, divided by, how many are they? 7, 14. Rather than do that, I will simply say, oh, the addition will be, you guys group yourself. You want to sit right so you don't sleep in my class or I throw you out. So instead of adding everybody's age, for example, I could say add yourself in groups. Then I come and collect the summation. When I add the three summations together, I've added the entire class. Are you getting it? So you tell the ones to add themselves. Then they tell you, oh, our sum is 1 times 7. You tell the twos to add themselves. Oh, we are 4 in number, so our addition is 8. You tell the 3 to add themselves. Oh, we are 3 in number, our addition is 9. It is this addition that gives you the addition of everything, isn't it? So basically, if your data x1 appears f1 times, the sum of that group is x1 times f1. Am I making sense? If your data x2 appears f2 times, then the sum of that is x2, f2. And this continues until your data xn appearing fn times. Okay? And the addition of everything will be the addition of how many times they appear, isn't it? In this case, it will be what? Sudha, speak louder, please. F1 plus F1, thank you, plus F2 until Fn. Does this make sense? That is why you will often see that, oh, the mean of a distribution is summation fx divided by summation f. You must have seen this somewhere. In your formula booklet, that's what they meant by fx divided by n. Because n is the summation of f. I prefer this. Does it make sense? So in a non-frequency distribution table, of course, you will not have a frequency distribution table if most of the data appear just once. Like, there's no point. You're not going to say 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1. It doesn't make sense. But if you have a frequency distribution table, you want to consider this approach. Then in that case, you calculate your mean using a table. So we create a table. The first part is your x. The second column in your table is your f. Then you find the product fx. Okay? You find the product fx and you apply this formula, and that tells you your mean. Does this make sense? For the median, now median is half of the distribution, right? Center of the distribution. So for the median, you want to consider, after arranging, of course, your frequency table will have been arranged in order. Most frequency table, hardly do you see a frequency table where the x are not in order. So the x are already in order. So let me show you something using this particular table. Mode is easy, right? Mode is easy, highest frequency. What is the mode of this data?
7.
Speak louder, please.
7.
7. So that is easy. So we don't need to worry about mode. For our median, what this data really mean is, oh, that's a long stuff. Because 15 is so much. Let's have another one. X, F. Let's talk about 11, 12, 13, 14. So let's say 11 appear 3 times, this appear 2 times, this appear once. How many now? 5?
6.
No, 6. Let's say this appear 4 times to make it 10. Then in another case, we will consider 15 appearing, this is 10, right?
Yeah.
15 appearing 3 times also. That would be an odd number. So let's consider the case of even number and the case of odd number. Now, what this data mean is this. Arrange in order 11, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, right? 14, 14, 14, 14. Then 15 3 times. Oh no, this is not included yet. The center of this, if you look at it, everything so far is 10. So when you count 5, this is the center. Right? Which means our median will be this plus this divided by 2. And if we include the 15, now the center, now they are 13 in number, so it means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this will be the center. Am I right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1.
No, it's an odd number.
It's
So.
number for the 7.
Yeah. It's still odd number?
No,
No, the one now is
so the first 14 will be the
so
Okay,
the
this
first
one?
14.
No, it's in the
no,
14 itself. Since it's not an even number.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. This one. So that would be the median. Now, how can we trace that from the table? You consider the cumulative frequency. Cumulative means what?
Added together.
Adding together, everything from the beginning. So, for this, the cumulative frequency is 1 because there's nothing there. Okay, let's do cumulative frequency for this one. Cumulative frequency. This will be 3. What will be the cumulative frequency here?
6, 10, 13.
So cumulative frequency is just the addition of the frequency starting from the first one. So basically, the last sum for the next one will give you the cumulative frequency of that line. Now, if the data ends here, and you are considering 10, of course you do your n plus 1 divided by 2. That's 11 divided by 2, which is 5.5, right? You don't have to count. You just come to your cumulative frequency. 5.5 means between 5 and 6. This is 5. This is 6. So your median is here, which means your median is in between 12 and 13. Do you understand that? If you are talking about this one, 13 plus 1 divided by 2 will give you 7, right? Then you consider 7. You see, this is 3, 5, 6. This is 7 to 10. Do you understand that? This is 7 to, so your 7 is here. Then your median is 14. Okay? So that's how to use the frequency table to find mean, median, and mode. Now, for this now, okay, there's an example here. So let's listen to that. In addition to what I've said, this is one example from our book.
In previous examples, you have calculated the measures of center from the individual data values.
Previous section.
We now see how these calculations can be efficiently done from a frequency table. The mean of a data set is the sum of the data divided by the total number of data values. In this example, we are given data for the number of aces served by tennis players. We find the total number of data values by summing the numbers in the frequency column. We denote this number as sigma f, meaning the sum of the frequencies. To find the total of the data values, we first find the total for each different data value. If a data value x occurs f times, the sum of the x's is x times f. We record this in a separate product column. For example, 18 players served 3 aces each, so the total for these players is 3 times 18, which is 54 aces. The sum of all the data values is the sum of these products. We denote this as sigma xf, meaning the sum of the products xf. The mean is the sum of the data values divided by the number of data. This is approximately 3.25 aces. In previous examples, we have used a formula to find the median. There are 55 data values, so the median will be the 28th data value in order. It would take too much time to write out the entire dataset in order. Instead, we calculate the cumulative frequency of each data value. The cumulative frequency tells us the number of data values that are less than or equal to this one. There are 4 data values less than or equal to 1. There are 4 plus 11, which is 15 data values less than or equal to 2, and so on. If the data values were written in order, the 16th to the 33rd data values would be 3 aces. This includes the 28th data value, so the median is 3 aces. The mode is the most frequently occurring data value. Look down the frequency column. The highest frequency is 18. This corresponds to the data value 3, so the mode is 3 aces.
So don't forget this. If you're looking for 28, this is 4 up to here. So definitely 5 to 15 are here, right? 16 to 33 are here. So this is where your 28 is. So one of these guys hold position 28 because there are 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 18 times. Okay, any questions? So with this, we're going to practice some questions quickly This is 3, that is 3, this is 4. That's 2, 2. Yeah, I put it 3, 3, 4. So we're going to practice quickly, Mr. Chang. I've also created a table, so it is easier for you to just write the heading. Okay? So usually, you don't have to write number of whatever. You can just write X in your column. Let's pick question 1. That's very easy to quickly figure out. Let's pick question 1. You don't need to write product pairing. Just write fx. Okay? No, you don't have to erase it. If it's a pen especially. So you see, x, f, fx. Okay? Just write fx. X is the data. In this case, the data involves number of people. So that's your x. Frequency is your f. So you do your fx next. Okay? Yeah, just write fx. That's fine. And cumulative frequency, you can write an abbreviation, cum.f or just cf. It's fine. And always write the formula when you are calculating some measures and statistics, or all measures, I mean. When you are calculating measures and statistics, always write the formula. So, mean is summation fx divided by summation f, because we are dealing with a frequency table. So x bar is equal to summation fx divided by summation f. And you pick this in the last column of your table. Okay. I already wrote total, so you don't need to write summation f. You just fill in the number. Okay? And double check with someone beside you to be sure that you're on the right path. Oh, mode is the first one, sorry, my bad. No need for this because this is already here. Is this 61? Okay. Okay, one observation. Median is not n plus 1. N plus 1 is the position. So this is how you could present it. Guys, this is how you can present it. So when you write median is equal to n plus 1 over 2. No, median is not n plus 1 over 2. Median is the n plus 1 over 2 value, something like this, or item. Okay? So after you compute that, what do you get, 20 what? 30. Okay. So this will be 30th value.
No, 30 plus 1 over 2.
So what is the?
15.
15.5. So 15.5th value, then you can write the number. So this is not the median. That is why you need to write properly. Understand? That n plus 1 over 2 tells you the position. Aha. You can use value, you can use item. Yes?
You wrote mode twice.
Uh-oh. So one of them is definitely the mean. So let's write mode, median, and mean. Okay? Or you can use mean, median, mode. Your choice. Okay? I wrote mode twice. It's a typo. Apologies. I didn't get enough sleep, maybe. Alternatively, you write your n plus 1 over 2. Don't call it median yet. That's what they did here. So they work out n plus 1 over 2. Okay? Or you could just go in this and write your answer. What is the median? Anyone?
2 people.
2. So this is a good way to present your work. Okay, here they come. Make us. Okay, so this is a good way to present your work. If you don't want to do this, you can start by saying n plus 1 over 2 equals to 30 plus 1 over 2, which is 15.5. Then you write median is equal to 2 people. Guys, what I will not accept is median equals n plus 1 over 2, which is 30 plus 1 over 2, which is 15.5, and then you write 2 people. So you have to be able to explain to me how 15.5 became 2 people. This will not be accepted, even though I have an idea what you think you're doing. But I'm going to pretend I don't.
Mr. Daniel?
Yes, sir.
Can I write median item equals n plus 1 over 2 like that?
Or median position. Okay, not median item, median position. It's the position of the median you are trying to do. Okay? Hey, V6. V6. That's what I'm going here. Be quiet. Wait, why do you get summation fx is 61? Is summation fx 61?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't have 2.02 people. Is there a 0.2 people? I've never seen it, right? So, yeah, you just said 2 people. But that is not information you...
I mean, you get it on the
So just do mean median mode also for number 2. Leave the column, whatever, for now because of time. So you can always do that later, okay? I just want us to practice the mean, median, and mode. For number 2 also just do median and mode. And after number 2, I shouldn't be bothering you because so you have enough time. It's very fast, so I can take some of your time. What is you looking for? Food? Sorry, food. So then we can go to this IGC, not IGC, my bad. Then we can go to question 8 and question 9. Question 8 and 9 are IB questions.
Okay. This is like SAT question.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't know this if not for SAT.
So after question 1 and part of question 2, go to question 8 and 9. 8 and 9 are from IB past papers. Are you done with 1 and 2, sir? Then stop reading 8 and 9. Don't confuse yourself. Focus. Errors are bound to be experienced. They are bound to make mistakes because of computational reasons. So I would suggest you always double check your product and your sums, okay?
Let's say Baba.
You don't have a calculator, Brandy? You always come to class with a calculator. Always. Calm down, dude.
Randy.
Are you from Russia? This is not rush hour, okay?
哦，要这样写。
女人都不可以有2.03个人。
哦。
and something 3.
Yes.
3 of something. What is that?
I wrote 2.03 people.
2.03 people. Interesting. Have you seen the rank that is 0.03?
那我应该是2的。对，可以扣点往上。
等于2.0
是用往上加。
Column something? Not yet. Go to 8 and 9. I just want us to practice medium mode. You can focus on the rest later. So 8 and 9 are past IB papers. Let's do that. So just 2A, please. 2A. Question 1, question 2A, question 8, and question 9. You have 5 more minutes. Or 7. 7 minutes. Mr. You are with now. You want food? You want chocolate? Bless you, sir. There's no need for 1 times 18.
Oh,
Wait. Total number of times the die was rolled. This times is not times. Total number of times the die was rolled. Do you know what that means? Yeah, exactly. That's not the end. Did you read the question? Read the question from the beginning. An equation should have equality, so that is not equal to anything. Exactly. And you simplify. That's it. Move on. It's still brandy, come on. You can do it. Just 2A. Number 8, you could see there is no space for a table, right? So you can write the product as you have done here. It's okay. But when you see a table or you have enough space, it's okay to. It's always better to draw a table, fx and f. I think you should stop at number 8. Okay. When you're done with number 8, please stop. So I'm going to explain the group data one. Just one additional information. Then we can move on. What time did you sleep, Krista?
3 o'clock.
Why?
Because she don't do her homework.
So you do homework till 3 o'clock, or you waste all the day, then you try to do your homework at night. You start at 11. Did you hear yourself? You start at 11. And then you slept at 3 o'clock. And now I have to suffer for it.
哦，等一下，不用算出来。哦。
What's going on?